Good afternoon. Here we are. We're one of those people that traveled for the holidays. And so that puts us in a whole different climate, a whole different environment in a lot of ways. But certainly environmentally or, in terms of weather. So it's about 70 degrees here in Florida. We're here in Coral Bay.
We're in Palm Bay.
Palm Bay.
Yeah.
I was going to say Cocoa Bay.
It's where my mom lives, where my family is. Yep.
And I forgot my selfie stick. So we're going to do our best here.
Up close.
Try to get everybody connected here. It's been a wild sort of flamingo style day. I have my flamingo shorts on and my birds shirt on. And we're just walking and we're talking. We're talking about a lot of different things. And we weren't going to make a video at all just now, but I was like, we keep talking about, our people and our families and the kids we serve. So I figured we'd just say hello and check in. For those of you who are visiting family, you're out of town right now, we just want to say good job working through some stuff.
Yeah, we're rooting for you.
Connecting with those people. Jaz, I feel like you should hold the phone.
Hi. Well, we're rooting for you. We're having a great time with our family, and it always takes something to...
You have to work at it.
To keep your calm and your grounds and work on, what's called triggers, right? And be patient and loving and have gratitude. All of that really kind of squashes the feelings that come up, right?
And in case you're wondering, the dogs are with us. You're there. Yes, dogs got to go. We had a good...
And especially when you have kids who, young people who have differing, minds. We're gonna do the leash dance here. Neurodiversity, ADHD,
right.
Executive function challenges where, traveling can really bring some things up around.
And the interaction with the elders.
Yes.
It really makes it spicy.
Yes. And traveling can bring up that stuff, right, that comes up. And so we want to wish you much calm and patience. So one of the strategies you can do as a parent, pause. That's always good. Take a walk as a parent, pause. Get outside.
Even if it's cold.
Put on your headphones, listen to a podcast or I don't know, some music.
Get your journal out.
You could write. You could have just a one-on-one interaction.
And people are all about like the adult coloring books at our house right now.
Yeah.
So check that out.
Yes, I'm gonna extend Mike's arm as it's not like up in my face.
And don't forget, there's always just go to the movies. Just get out.
You could go to the movies.
Just do something different. Putt, bowling, all those things that we suggested in our blog for how to connect with your kids and your family over the break. And you can lead some of this stuff, even if you're not the host, even if you're staying with your family.
Exactly. We're getting some intel right now on our texts
from our kid about our next move.
Yes.
We're on tour here in the state of Florida here, visiting all the grandparents. And
we have grandparents on the east coast of Florida near Orlando. So we're have walked on the beach at the Atlantic, and then we're going to switch over to the west coast and walk down there on the beaches and see the grandparents and family down there.
Yep. Oh, and I got a haircut, as you can see.
So we hope you're enjoying your holiday wherever you are. If you're home and you're feeling like, oh, part of that song.
Right.
I think Mike mentioned in our last video, when do the kids...
Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again.
Exactly. That. If you're like feeling like, yeah, I totally get that phrase in the song. Well, one of the things that you can bring forward is timing and timeline and time management, right? How much time do we have from now till then, essentially? And okay, so we got 8 days, right? Or 10 days, whatever it may be, until school starts again. Well, starting to break that up on a say couple them as 2 by 2, right? 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. All right, what's our themes, or what do we want to use with that time? You can break down your days in terms of chunks. You have the beginning, middle, and end of the day. Mm-hmm. That's a good way to manage your time.
And for your teenage people, you just have the middle and the end of the day.
That's true. You
They're-
just have your middle
they're
and your
probably
end.
sleeping.
So time management comes into play when it's about, well, how much time do I have, right, to entertain, what's going on here. And if you're feeling very caught up in it all, start to break that time out. That's a tip. That's a tip that you can take on. And then look at routine. How to create some routine over the holiday. It doesn't have to look like you're getting out the door to school at 7:45 a.m. But what is your wake up time? What do you want to do as an adult?
Mm-hmm.
What do your young people want to do? Have a conversation, write a list, put it on the fridge, start to map it out, right? So that you can control that chaotic feeling that you might be feeling, and you also have some room for spontaneity. So when you list stuff out, you can start to plug it in, right? And say, okay, on day 2, we're gonna go to the museum, or on day 5, we're gonna, ride bikes, and let's check out the weather and see if that works with our plan. So there's that. I want to add that in. And what's coming up here, parents, is routine. I mean, I just said it, but routine on how we start our semester, right? Because we have the new year and we have New Year resolutions. We have all of that hubbub that happens. And I call it hubbub because it can feel like that. Well, I just have to say what I'm going to resolve to do, which is not fight in the morning, when my kid gets ready for school, or all the things resolution wise. But routine really comes in. I was just reading an email. When I remember who wrote this email, I signed up for so many emails to be on email lists, and I really encourage y'all to sign up for ours. We have great content that comes out regarding how to be your powerful parent self and parent the executive functions.
And you were reading this email.
And I was reading this email. But where do they sign up for our email that we put out periodically?
In the link below. I'll put the link down
okay, in the
there.
link
Not
below.
to worry about that.
But I was reading an email kind of early morning, and it was talking about how those New Year resolutions can get squashed when there's not a routine in place to hold your resolve, essentially, to hold your commitment. And they were talking about simple and complex parts of a routine. And I was thinking about that in regards to our way that we work the Just 2 way, and that we do have a simple and complex kind of components, let's say, to how we support students to have routine. You may have heard the metaphor of, take a glass cylinder and put in the rocks, the sand, and the water, right? And if you haven't, look that up online. And it will talk to you about what's the foundation, right? What's the ground? Then what are the have-tos? What are the things I really need to do? And then what are the things that feel good to me, right? Things that I'll do anyway, no matter what. And for some of you might be thinking, oh yeah, my kid will just always play games on, video games or whatever, but they'll never take care of their laundry, or they'll never, they don't pay attention to the things that really need to get done or have to. So when it comes to routines, we look at the simplicity of the simple parts of the routine. And as you make your way through this holiday and think about what's coming in terms of the new semester, the simple things are having a family calendar, having a understanding of what's happening on the day-to-day basis in regards to activities and when tests are. So it's really about calendaring and planning. That's a simple thing, right? Something that we can gather information about and put it down into a planning system, right? Then there's the complexities, and we'll get more into that as we come back to you in another video coming up. But that has a lot more to do with the bigger concepts, you know, of being organized and communication and, you know, working as a team. So just wanted to bring that forward as I was reading about that today, and I was translating that to how we work as a team within Just Two. And yeah, I want to wish you well during this holiday. Is there anything you wanted to add, Mike?
I'll just add that, you know, my context right now is that we're staying with people, we're being hosted, you know, and my mom would always emphasize how to be a good guest, and that is obviously clean up after yourself, etc. But this is a great opportunity when you're, you know, interacting with your kids. You know, there's something more simplistic about staying with someone else.
Yeah.
A lot of what needs to be done is already done for you, but you need to tend to your own personal effects. You need to keep your bed made, perhaps. You know, I don't want to sound preachy or whatever, but, you know, like reorganize your luggage, you know, clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, this is a great opportunity for you to take the pressure off you as a parent and say, you know, we're doing this for auntie, or we're doing this for grandmom, or, you know, we don't want to leave our host home in any less of a condition than it was when we arrived. So, you know, just consider how that could be great leverage for you as a parent to support your kid and being more self-aware of their impact and how they can make things better.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And if you're home, that could be one of your days. You chunk it out at the beginning of the day, the middle of the day, the end of the day. And perhaps on, you know, over the, say, the next 10 days, you have day 3 where, you know, you're enrolling your team, your family into having a moment to take care of their space, right?
Yeah.
So you can do that even if you're staying at home.
So as you know, oftentimes when we're walking and talking, we're appreciating the world around us, the nature around us and stuff. And the landscape is so incredibly different here. And hopefully you're getting a little bit of a glimpse of that. And you're probably also seeing how difficult it is for me to function without my selfie stick. Oh my goodness.
Put your arm out there.
Oh my goodness, my shoulder's gonna work out. I hope you can appreciate that.
Over.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so here we are in the jungle area.
I guess these would be the Florida Everglades.
Yeah.
And there's so much wonderful medicinal plants, ferns, like prehistoric ferns, and
wow,
you know, like ivy growing everywhere. It's just incredible how lush the little bits of still remaining natural landscape.
So I'll take us to the sky if you want to take 30 seconds or less here, and we'll do a parent pause.
Here comes parent pause.
So as you step into your parent pause, just take a moment to turn it all down. You might close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a big breath in so that it raises your shoulders up, and then let everything drop down. Parents, you're doing a really excellent job at having kids home 24/7 right now, going with the flow as much as you can, being spontaneous, having a plan so that it creates some familiarity and some space to have structure. And that helps our neurodiverse kids as well as anyone you're hosting. Thank you for trying to make it better. One moment at a time, one interaction. We're here to help you connect with your young people and support them to be who they are and skilled in what they do. Well, thanks for having a parent pause with us for one moment. And we'll be back to talk about more of that complexity when it comes to routine and how you can access it together with your young person. And please don't put this on them. interview them, ask them questions, open-ended questions,
Always ask
affirm what you're hearing, and support that pivot by summarizing and supporting them to join you. Yeah, that's it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.